Hi, it's Anne. Thanks for joining. Today we're going to be doing off the map project. This is Lightning McQueen, I think. I never know the names of the characters, but it's from Cars 3. It is for a birthday order for a boy. Finally, I've been doing so many princesses. So this one is obviously he's longer than he is tall, right? So I always pick my images, or I always do 30 inches. And I go with the longer side. So in this case, I'm going to go to the width and I'm going to make it 30 inches. Excuse me. Okay. And normally your screen is probably over here at 100. So you're probably scrolling over, which I don't like to do when I'm doing off the mat. So I am going to go back over here and I'm going to decrease it. I'm going to decrease it to 25. It makes it a little bit easier so I'm not scrolling back and forth. Now, I am definitely, there is a lot of black. This one is, it's a personal birthday party for me. So I am definitely going to be splurging on all the glitter cardstock. I'm going to be doing red. I'm going to use the black cardstock, the glitter cardstock. So I'm not quite as concerned with where my seams will be because the black glitter cardstock and the red one is really good at helping to hide the seams. So, all right, so let's start with the off the mat project. You know, the main thing is you need to slice. So normally I would ungroup everything at this point, but I'm changing my process. And going back to my old career, I was a process designer. So this is going to be our first step, is actually to insert the squares. We'll ungroup later. And I'll tell you why in a second. So let's insert our first square. Let's make it 11 by 11. And I do 11 by 11 because I don't like to deal with half inches. Even though I'm a math tutor, I don't like it. So we're just going to do whole numbers, 11. And then just put it around here. We're going to duplicate it. And we'll just do this. We'll probably duplicate another one. Okay, so this should be good. And let me go back to this image. Oh man, he's barely going to be sliced in half because he's only basically 15 inches. So, all right, so let's do this. We're going to place this first square. We're going to go to the position feature. And this basically, you're using the X coordinate and the Y coordinate. Your X coordinates are right here along this top, and your Y coordinates are coming down just like it is in math. So, okay, so this first square, you can kind of, like for me, wherever it is, I kind of just round then. It's at 10.22 for the X. I'm just going to make that 10. This one's at 12.2 something. I'm going to make it at 12. And that's just my first square. The second square, I need to align it close to that one because we want these flushed. So if this one, the X coordinate is at 10 and the Y coordinate's at 12, then if I move 11 inches over to cover this cardstock, then this one will be at 21.12. And if you put it close enough, you'll see that you don't really have to do the math. You just have to get to close to this number. It's at 21.11. Then I know it's at 21 and it's already at 12. And this one, if I put it close enough, then this one's at 32 at 12. Okay, now, excuse me, let's select these three squares. So 1, 2, 3, and I'm just holding the shift key as I use my select little thing on my mouse. I don't even know how to, what you would call that. All right, and then go to duplicate. So these three squares are already flushed. I just need to make it flush to the one above. So I'm going to change this to 10 and this to 23. And there's my 6 squares all flushed. Now, what I want to do is you can go over to this panel over here. You can select on Cars 3. That's what I named it. And we're going to send it to the front. And we're just going to, at this point, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see my screen. You can kind of see where we're going to be slicing things. So like this square up here, the seam's going to come down through this black, through this red. The red's going to cover the black because our black is our background. So the red's going to cover that part. This silver windshield or whatever is going to cover most of it as the red. So While I think most of it's going to be covered, I would probably want to move it over just a little bit. And the reason is I don't want that seam to come down this black because it's not being covered at all. If I move it here, then this red covers the seam here, this silver, red, a little bit of black, but this yellow covers most of it. So kind of see, like, just be really aware of where the seams are, and it just makes it a lot easier to make it look seamless, obviously, right? And then using glitter cardstock, that will all help. All right, so that seam is good. Going across, this is black right here, so I kind of don't like that. And another black tire right there. So let's move this down. Let's see. I wonder how far down I can move it. Can I move it all the way down? Okay. Well, I want that black outline there. I don't want to cut on the black outline. So I think this is looking good. So this is going to cut right here. The yellow is going to cover. There is going to be black right here, but there's nothing I can do about it because I don't want to cut through the outline right there. So as it is, let's see. Do I just move it up a little bit more? I really don't like that. All right, I'm going to do it right around here. Okay, so the red will cover up that seam. Red is covering all right here, and we're just going to have a little bit of black right there. I think that's pretty good. This seam right here will be covered by the red, so that's good. This seam will be covered by almost everything, so I think we're good right here. The only thing to remember is when we're slicing this red later, to try to avoid slicing it right here, right? So let's try to remember that we don't want to do that. Everything else, I mean, it is what it is, right? All right, so let's go back to 25. Let's ungroup it now. So I'm going to select on the image. I'm going to ungroup. And you know what else? Actually, let me undo that. I'm going to, okay, so he's all there. I'm actually going to send the car to the back. And the reason why I'm doing it on this one is I think we're going to be slicing a lot of the red. So I don't want to redo my rectangles. So I just selected all of that and I'm going to duplicate my rectangles. And it didn't duplicate this one for some reason, but that's okay. So let me highlight these. I'm going to put it on whole numbers so that I can line up the other one. So this will be at 4711, which means let me put this one in. This one needs to be at 6922. All right, so now I have two sets of flushed rectangles. All right, so let's go back and get our car, bring it to the front. Okay, here we go. And let's ungroup. So now it's ungrouping. We're going to be able to take everything out by colors. So here's our red. I'm just going to plop it over here. And this is where we want it to avoid, right? Because we didn't want it to cut right here. So maybe I'm going to move it over here just to remind myself later. Excuse me. Okay, here's our yellow, our numbers. Okay, and we'll deal with these colors in a second. I'm just piling everything over there. Okay. All right, so now we're going to slice our black background. We can only slice two things at one time. So this black outline is one item, and then each square is an item. So we're going to be slicing one square at a time, okay? So take your mouse and get your two images in, and then go to slice. Okay, then we're going to do the bottom. We're going to do the middle. And I just make my way around the image. And normally, I don't like to slice this one so thin, but in this case, I think it's best because that red's going to cover and it's going to cover up most of the seams. All right, so what I do next is I just move everything down. So later, I don't need to think about where these puzzle pieces go. I already know if this one looks like this, it goes on the bottom left-hand corner. All right, so we moved everything over. We don't need any of these slicing results, so you can just highlight the whole thing and delete. Okay, let's look. You know what? Let's save the red. I don't know if I'm ready to tackle that just right now. Okay, so the yellow piece right here, it's currently 19.5 inches long and 7 inches down, which if you had a 24 by 12 piece of cardstock, you could cut as is, but it is wasting a lot of space, right? So what I like to do is I do like to ungroup these, but I don't believe, yeah, this one you can't ungroup it. The way the designer made it is it's already together. So I'm going to use the contouring option. And the way you do contour is you can get rid of these pieces or you can separate them. However many pieces you want separated is how many copies you need. So I see four images here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's go to duplicate. This is our second image, our third one, and our fourth one. I don't think the fourth one duplicated, so here's my fourth. All right, so here's my 4. I'm going to go to contour, and here are all the pieces. And what if I hide all contours, one will be left, because if none of them are left, the whole image would disappear. So basically what I'm saying is keep this shape, hide all these other ones. And so when I X out of it, there's my shape and everything else is hidden. So this is a 7 by 6 inch piece. So awesome. It fits on a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. Let's do our next one. Let's contour and hide all. So it's going to leave that one. You're going to need to select the next one. So that tiny little one. Deselect this one. And there we have it. And this one's going to be, oh man, it's going to be fun to cut. It's 0.2 inches by 0.4. I mean, our Cricut's going to cut it. So let's move that little guy over here. Okay, let's go to the next one, contour, and hide all. We want this piece now. Deselect that one. And there's our piece. And then we have just one more piece left. I love this feature. I didn't know how to use it for the longest time. So I'm glad it's now in my wheelhouse. All right. And there we have it. So our yellow is all done. Let's look at this one. This is the white, and it looks like it's 2 pieces. Now, if you're having a hard time seeing this, remember, don't do this. That is now not proportionate with all our other pieces. I'm going to go to undo, of course. But if you wanted to see that image bigger, go down here and make it much bigger, okay? Just a warning. All right, so here we go. Again, I'm going to keep this and this. So I want 2, so I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to contour. I'm going to deselect this one, and I want basically the eyes. And then now I want just this little piece. So contour. I'm going to hide all. Select this one. Deselect that one. And there we have that. Okay. I'm going to go back to 25%. Okay, so that's good. Let's look at this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And let's go to contour and let's just contour left to right. Hide all. Oh, well, it left me that big piece. So, okay, we have this big piece here. Let's do the next one. Hide all. And then I want this piece. Now this piece has those little cutouts, so you have to select those so that your piece will have all these cutouts, and then deselect this big one because we already have it. Okay, do you see that? Let me make it a little bit bigger. This piece had these cutouts. If I only selected this triangle, it would have just been a solid triangle. So just be careful when you're contouring. I see that a lot when people contour the faces and there's like the nostrils or something and they forget to select the nostrils, so it comes out as a blank face. All right, so let me decrease this back again. All right, let's do the next piece, contour. Okay, hide all. I want this piece. Deselect that one. We're almost through. All right, 2 more. 1 more here. I want to hide all. I want this piece now. Deselect that one. And then we have 1 last piece. Okay, hide all. Want this one. Deselect that one. And there we go. Okay, so now we're done with that one. Let's look at the next one. The 95, I mean, I'm kind of okay with it because it's not wasting a lot of space. So I will keep it together as is. The eyes I will duplicate because I can move these right next to each other, and I'm using glitter cardstock. I can use this blue for something else again. So go to contour and, oh man, I'm going to hide all. I'm going to want that one. So that's the left eye. So there's the left, and I want the right one now. Contour. And if you make this small enough, let's deselect this one and this one. Did that work? There. I don't want that. There. So I left the right eye. And there's my right eye. So now when I cut, I can cut them like this, really close to each other. This one I feel like is close enough. This one is close enough. I'm not gonna mess with those. Okay, so now we're just down to our red piece. Now looking at this red piece though, it is already in pieces, so we don't, let's see, we have this one piece by itself. So let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it's 9 pieces total, but I think we can do this in 8 pieces. So let me look at this again. I think, oh, so this is connected, but this is a good place to slice it. You won't even see it. So, okay. All right, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to count this as 5, 6, 7 pieces together. So let's duplicate 2. Oh, what did I duplicate? I didn't have the red highlighted. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so let's start breaking this down. Contour. Sorry, one of these days my cough is going away. All right. Hide all. So it's saving that big piece. So I do want that. Oh, no, 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 no. Hold on. Go back to contour. I don't want to hide all like that. I want all the pieces in here. So let's not do that. How am I going to do this? Okay, here we go. Let's do the all the other pieces besides that one. Okay, so there, it left me this. Oh my goodness. No, I don't want that either. Okay, sorry. This is, see all these little cutouts? They belong to that piece. So let's go back to contour. Let's add in those pieces. Let's make this a little bit bigger so we can see it. We want these. What a pain in the butt. I can't get it. Hold on, let me make it bigger. Okay, I'm going to scroll over. So you see, I want all those little pieces. Why aren't you clicking? Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can find it over here. So I want that piece. I think I want that piece. Yeah, that piece and that piece. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you see I want all of that cut out. Okay, so we have the one piece. Let's go over here. Let's see what we have. All right, let's say we want hide all. Let's get this piece back here. And let's be systematic about this. All right, so we have our back piece. Contour. Let's hide all. Let's say we want that one. And I think there was a piece next to it, right? Yeah, there it is. We want that one. These two together. Oops, where is it? Where is that piece? Let me see. Okay, it's in there somewhere. We'll come back and get it in a second. All right, let's contour the next one. So we know that we did that. Oh, is it this piece? Oh, it is this piece. Okay. I forgot to deselect this one. That's why. Did I deselect it? There. There. There's my little image. Oh my gosh. I hope this is not confusing. Contouring is actually a super cool tool. It's just this one is so many pieces that it's turning into a little bit of a pain. All right. So let's hide all. This is the piece I want because I'm going left to right. Let's deselect that one. All right, so we have this little piece by itself. Let's look at this one, contour the next set. So make this a little bit bigger. We have all of that. Let's do this piece right here. Oops, let's hide all first, sorry. We want this and we want this little guy. And we don't want that. Okay, so there we go. Contour. So we have everything but the big piece, okay? So let's hide all and let's make this bigger. Let's put back all the details, like we need the, oops, we don't need that. We need the window. We need this, this, and this. All right, so now we have the big piece. This is 11.5 by 25 and some. So we definitely need to slice on that. Okay, but all the red is over here, so we're good there. So we're good. Let's look at this. Let's definitely slice right here. And let's slice, well, let's work on that one first, okay? So let's take this and I'm just going to take this little square and you know what? I'm going to move the image down here. Sorry, let me move this. I'm going to take this down and I'm going to bring this in. And I'm going to basically slice him right there. I'll make it bigger so you can see where I selected. And this is a good spot because when we put these next to each other, that seam is barely going to be noticeable. Okay, all right, so let's slice these two. And so now this piece is over. We don't need the slicing results, okay? So I'm just going to delete that. I may still use this piece though. All right. Let's move this back over so we can kind of get a gauge for how much we need to slice. So basically I'm going to need to I think slicing right around here is not that bad of an idea. So this whole piece will be one. It's a small seam right there, a small seam right there. I could move this much over. So let's do that, okay? So let's slice this out. So I now have this. This is now 10.7 by 10. So that can fit on one piece of cardstock. Okay. I'm going to duplicate this and that way I can isolate that piece by itself. So let's go to contour, hide all, and this is the big piece. And then this one I'm going to do hide all. I'm going to activate that one, deselect this one, and then there's my other piece. All right, so now I'm left with this little piece. He is 14.7 by 7.4. So obviously we do need to slice one more time. Let's get rid of the slicing results here. Okay, so remember we kind of don't want to do it right here because I think that's where the black was going to be. But what we can do is maybe, let's do it this way. Let's see how much we can slice over here. So we got to slice right around there. I'm wondering if I can, I want my seams to be as minimal as possible. I don't really see any way around this. I feel like no matter what we slice, see if we slice this way, Sorry, as you can tell, I'm doing this as I'm showing you. I think this might be a better one. So we're going to slice right here. And I think that will be okay. I would have loved to just slice off like this little piece, but it's just he's too long. So, okay, so let's slice this. Okay, so that's now 10.9 by 9.8, and then we have this little guy over here. All right, we're done. We're going to eliminate these. We don't need any of these slice results. And let's save it. So I think he's, I don't know, McQueen something? McQueen 30 inches. And that took, that took 26 minutes. I don't think that's that bad. And then we cut it, and then we're going to put it together in about 30 minutes. So that'll be an hour, and then however long it takes the Cricut to actually make it. So let's go to make it. I'm going to show you how, oh, incompatible. That means some pieces are still too big. This piece. Oh, I don't need that slice result. Where is that? Let me make this smaller. Oh yeah, this piece I don't need. Okay. Let's save. And then let's go to make it. All right, so here's my white. My white looks good. I'm just gonna move this up. And actually I can probably move it up here. It's a little bit better. That way, this only takes up 3 inches this way, and it goes to 9 inches. That means if I have another piece of white glitter cardstock, I have all this other usable space to do again. All right, my gray looks good. I might move it like this just so that I'm definitely in my 1 by 1. There, for next time. My gray is good. I didn't ungroup these, remember? So it is what it is. It's a 2 by 2 there. All right, my red. My red can definitely, I can definitely squeeze some of this in. I'm going to take this and turn it into a 12 by 24 piece. And that way I don't need to keep moving things, but watch. I'm going to move this up here. Because glitter cardstock is amazing, a little bit more expensive, but worth using. So I'm going to save as much of my cardstock as possible. I'm moving, like you can use these spaces here. That can cut there. That can cut there. That means I can move some more things over. This can be in here. So this piece I'm going to move down. I'm going to see if I can get all these pieces over. Okay, so this, let's, excuse me. So you select it, the 3 dots up here, select that, move to another mat, and let's move it to this mat. And let's move this here. I think that all fits. Let's go back. Let's bring this piece over, move to another mat. And I don't have a 12 by 24 piece of red glitter cardstock, but what I'll do is I'll put this, I'm going to use a 12 by 24 mat. I'll use my first cardstock up here. I'll put it down, and then I'll put my second piece down here. So don't put anything in this 12, at this 12 line, because it'll be cut in half, okay? But that's how we're basically tricking the system that we have it. Okay, let's go over here. Let's move these last 2 pieces over. So instead of 3 sheets of red glitter cardstock, we actually did it in 2. All right, so let's move this last piece over. And red we use a lot. Like if you do these, red will come up a lot in faces, right? For like lips. So any little piece over here can be saved. Oh, what a waste. I mean, it just is what it is. Oh, wait, that's too, oh yeah, I can't do anything about that. I can make this a little bit like this, so the next time, maybe someone's lips can fit right up here. Nothing I can do up here, I don't think. Okay, that's good. We saved a piece of red. All right, here's the number. Let's see if we can move, we can definitely move this over here even. Maybe this, like right in here. I just want to make my cardstock easier to use next time. That means, you know, like I can cut down here to here, then the rest of this is usable cardstock space. Okay, let's see, our gray, same thing. I might do this. I feel a little bit better about that. There. I'll move that there. Okay. Here are our eyes. All right, here is our black. And our black outline, I don't feel like there's anything that we can do to consolidate. That just is what it is. So 13 sheets of cards, actually no, not 13. 12 with a few of these. I mean, that's not a full sheet of cardstock. Not bad at all. All right, so 31 minutes. I will see you in a little bit when I assemble. All right, thanks guys.